Hello, all you beautiful souls. My name is Dee Sapphire, and welcome. In this video, I'm going to share with you my story of how I learned about my psychic abilities. So I've been receiving comments and questions regarding this topic recently, so I felt led to create this video in hopes to inspire my fellow psychics. If you clicked on this video, then maybe you have been wondering about your psychic abilities or have possibly even felt alone on this journey. The uncertainty that comes with learning about your psychic abilities can be scary, so I've definitely been there. Just know that you are not alone. Before I start, I want to mention that this topic can be sensitive for some. If you are in the process of learning about your abilities and you feel sensitive to energies, my suggestion would be to listen to that inner guidance. If you are not ready to listen to somebody else's experience just yet, that's okay. I know that when I first started on this psychic ability journey, I could not listen to anyone else's experience about this just because I was going through my own stuff and it was too much for my nervous system to take on. That's because I was shedding my 3D programming and I had a hard time accepting what was happening, so I was going through periods of denial. If you do decide to give it a listen, I hope that my story will speak to you. This is going to be part 1, in which I will be discussing my story as mentioned before. Part 2, which is coming soon, I will be discussing the tools that I have learned along the way as I've navigated this psychic ability journey. So thank you so much for choosing to watch this video, or should I say listen to this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. My spiritual journey began during a difficult season in my life. After experiencing an injury, I was jobless, and I felt as if I had no purpose. I struggled with addiction and depression while also navigating a karmic relationship. In a season that felt hopeless, I tried to stay afloat by trying new things, so I decided to start meditating. Intuitively, I felt nudged to find stillness, which was out of my character for me at that time. I still remember the first time I practiced the art of meditation. Uneasy was the best way to describe the experience. It was as if I could feel a rattling sensation in every single cell of my body. I pushed through my anxiety as I secretly wished that I hadn't followed the nudge. After my first meditation, I felt a bit more relaxed. I thought, maybe there's something more to this. I decided to try again the next day and then the next. The more I meditated, the more curious I became. Uneasiness eventually turned to amazement. The rattling sensation began to ease up. For the first time in my life, I felt a connection to a part of my essence. Even though I was struggling with addiction, I had these moments of ease and felt more and more drawn to crystals, angel numbers, and New Age content. Little did I know I was in for a big surprise. Psychic visions would eventually be known to me. I remember one day waking up from a deep sleep and recalling a dream that felt vivid, yet different in a divine kind of way. I thought about it all day and wondered of its meaning. I came to find out that it was a glimpse into my future, and it was only the beginning. After that dream, my visions progressed into much stronger imagery and messages. Some showed me my past lives. Others revealed secrets of those in my life, and many gave me glimpses into my future. They were, and still are at times, unpredictable. As my abilities progressed, so did my anxiety and fear. There were instances I received visions during my meditations and experienced these unexplainable feelings as if I knew something was coming, but I couldn't put my finger on it. It scared me because this intuitive sense was so strong, and I couldn't shake off this inner knowing. At one point, it felt overwhelming, as I had a hard time differentiating what was a vision or what was not. I struggled to go to sleep due to fear of what I might dream. There were even moments I sensed as if I was being watched, and it deepened my need to escape. I realized that I had been having psychic visions as I was a kid and began recalling the different visions I had during my childhood that were coming true. I was awakening to my gifts, yet fighting my 3D programming. To tell others of my abilities was something that I felt I could not do, and I felt alone. During this turbulent time of the dark night of the soul, I came to a place of surrender. With the help of my loved ones, I was able to walk away from the old life of addiction and toxic relationships and walk towards a new path that I had once seen a glimpse of in my visions. Remember that inner knowing I mentioned earlier before? That was it. It was the big change that felt scary because I was shedding a part of the 3D programming, and it was worth it. By divine intervention, I met a woman along my new path who I felt comfortable with opening up to about my psychic abilities and the fears I was experiencing because of them. She helped me through gentle guidance and encouraged me to accept my gifts. I resisted at first, but eventually I took her advice. I stopped resisting and went for it. I figured, what do I have to lose? It felt like a rocky moment as I decided to work out spiritually and run up those stairs as much as possible. So I surrendered daily through prayer and meditation. I spent time nourishing my bodily needs and practiced positive self-talk whenever I felt the need to overthink. I surrounded myself with good people instead of isolating. I wrote down my dreams and documented every morning what I could. Butterflies crossed my path frequently, along with numbers, songs, and spirit-led conversations. I began practicing intuitive readings to strengthen my intuition, and I did morning readings to accompany my morning routine. The more I focused on myself, the more appreciative I was about my abilities. Intuitively, I was being led to align with my soul. Organically, I came into acceptance. I felt much more at ease with my psychic visions and the sensitive energies that came with it. Not all made sense to me, and I was okay with it. I knew that eventually I would have a better understanding of their meaning once it manifested into its physical reality or when I was ready for its clarity. This was the start of my psychic journey, and since then, I've practiced honoring whatever season I'm in, as some downloads could be more sensitive than others. In strengthening my gifts, I practice following intuitively how to do so, whether it be through Reiki, creativity, or readings. There are those seasons where I concentrate on worldly pursuits and give my psychic abilities some time to just be. This is a journey that's meant to be unique to you, and one that encourages you to follow your intuition. In receiving insights about my abilities, I've come to understand that I can trust what is meant to come to me, no matter how sensitive I feel about it or how much my 3D self wants to fight it and overthink it. As a clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairalient, and claircognizant, appreciating the downloads that come my way and helping others are some of the best ways I honor my abilities. It relieves the 3D programming while also practicing faith in what follows. The unknown seems scary at times, but by connecting to our wholeness, everything seems to follow in place. It's this piece of something greater than me that reminds me that my abilities are for a purpose. And it's such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my story with you. If you're interested in part 2, don't forget to hit that notification button. I look forward to connecting with you soon. Namaste.